It says that we're going live. All right. So apparently we're live. So, hey everybody, and welcome to the channel. As always, thanks for stopping by and hanging out for a few minutes. My name is Rich, and today we're doing a live stream. Now, I was supposed to be live streaming on Monday, but I totally blew it. I had a client meeting Monday morning and a couple other things going on, so the Monday morning live stream didn't happen. So here we are on Wednesday morning, and I've got a little time, and I said, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do a live stream. And this is a very different live stream today because while you're sitting here watching some drone footage right now, this is the raw drone footage, hasn't been edited yet. I went out and did this flight yesterday. So we had some weather, we had some windy conditions over the weekend, and so I did not go out to the job site on Saturday or Sunday and replanned it for yesterday, Tuesday. And over the weekend, I also just completely flaked out. Things have been so serious lately for all of us, right? A couple of weeks ago, I had done one video here on the channel, and I'd said, you know, this is a great learning opportunity. This is a time when you can learn more about drone flight, more about building your drone business. And that's all true. I'm totally 100% behind that. But you got to take a break too. And you need to have a little relaxation, a little breather. I think we all could just have a big sigh of relief. Hopefully at some point in the near future we'll see that. But so last week I got an email from a software developer that I purchased from years ago. The name of the company is Frontier Developments, and they make a video game called Elite Dangerous. And I used to play it, and I realized I haven't played it in like 3 years or something. And so after getting their email last week, I decided to load the game back up that I hadn't played since 2017 and just take a look. So we're going to switch right now from this wonderful drone flight that I'll be editing later today for my client, and we're going to switch to a completely different QuickTime viewer. So this is a little fun. I actually did this recording yesterday, and I just had the background audio on. So this is an actual recording from the game. So what I'm saying here, I flaked out this weekend and I played some games. I think we all need that at some point. Just just to kick back, relax, and have a little fun. Stop thinking so much about the business. Stop thinking about all the health issues and the concerns that are happening out there right now. So what you're seeing here is actual capture from the game yesterday. And hold on one sec. Sorry, something off camera was bothering me for a moment. So yeah, I loaded up the game, and this weekend I spent a little time checking it out again and relearning how to play the game. So drone flight is a lot of fun. But I've always been a science fiction geek for my entire life. I saw Star Wars when I was 5, when it first came out. And so that always sparked my imagination. And I always was interested in things beyond our own planet. And years ago, somehow I stumbled across this game called Elite Dangerous. And what you're looking at on screen right now, this is zooming out in the star system. So I'm in a star system in the actual Milky Way galaxy. Now what we're looking at is an actual view of the system that I'm in, or a system that I'm looking at. But what's amazing and just blew my mind about this game takes place in the entire Milky Way. So the Milky Way galaxy. And according to the game developers, they have about 400 billion star systems. So as you can see on screen, I'm zooming out. All the little blue dots are from when I used to play before. Those are places that I marked that were interesting to me, places that I went and visited. So I've gone to black hole systems. I've gone to binary star systems. I've flown all over the place in the galaxy, and it was a lot of fun. And played it with several friends. So getting back into it again over the weekend was just an absolute blast. And I gotta say, I haven't had so much fun in the past couple of months as I did over the weekend toying around with this. So you don't have to play something like this. You don't have to try a game like this, but step back from worrying about your drone business constantly, and yes, continue the learning process, but make sure to have a little bit of fun, whether that's sitting down with your family and watching movies, or going out and taking a walk, which we're doing every day anyways. Whatever it is, step away from the news, step away from the constant business worry, and give yourself a moment to just completely goof off. So what you're seeing now, I'm gonna walk you through some of this, and we won't make it torturous. We'll cut it off after, and I'm also gonna make sure that I keep looking over to see if there are any chats. So this will also be on YouTube video after, if you didn't see this as the live stream. So what you just saw is me taking my cool little spaceship and taking it through the mail slot. So the stations in this game are massive, the ships in this game are massive, and the galaxy is massive. According to Frontier Development, the folks who've developed this game, to date, less than 1% of all the star systems, the 400 billion star systems in the game, have been visited. And this game has been out for quite a while. Actually, I remember this game originally from the 1980s. One of my neighbors had it. I think he had a Commodore 64, and it didn't look like this. So this is the station that I just exited in my Python. So that's the name of the ship that I'm flying, and you can do a lot of amazing cinematic stuff with the game. The game has its own in-game controllable camera as well. So kind of our own drone camera for our ship. So I just turned off some of the interface stuff just so that you could see the ship and the size of the station. And most of the star systems in this game are completely unpopulated. So most of the people who play this actually stick around Sol. They stick around Earth, and they don't go that far out. The thing that caught me, when I first heard about this game years ago, was that a group of players was traveling across the galaxy to the furthest edge of the galaxy they could. And so it was a many months long project. So all these players would meet up in different places. They would jump from solar system to solar system, making their way across. And they do fun things and have meetups. But it was called the Distant Worlds Expedition. There we go. And it took them months. Now, they've sped some of the things up in the game, but still, traveling places can take a long time. I have a very fast ship, not this one, a different one, that can jump 50 light years at a time. You're missing a lot of star systems when you do that. But you get to go out and explore the galaxy, so it's been a lot of fun. Right now, what you're seeing is just I'm jumping from one system to another system, and it did take me a while to remember how to play this game, like the fact that when you jump from system to system, you're dropped out near stars, and some of the stars you can actually refuel at, so you can travel across the galaxy without worrying about running out of fuel. But you do have to bring repair things with you. Bottom line, I've found this to be one of the most visually stunning games that I've ever played. And the fact that it gives me access to the galaxy is a lot of fun, because I don't think I'm going to be going on any Mars missions anytime soon. But it gives some of us at home who are interested in a more realistic space simulation, this game has been mind-blowing. So right now, what you're seeing on screen here, I'm moving my mouse around, I am making my way to a specific planet that I had charted a course to. And so things do take time in the game. Things are not instant. And so, jumping from system to system and exploring the systems and finding out what planets and moons are there can become time consuming. The really nice thing, though, is that you can log off at any time, jump out of the game, save it, and come back to it later and continue having your fun. So some people play this game for making in-game money. They like to haul things. They like to smuggle things. Other people choose to be pirates, and they come out and try to chase you down. One of the really neat things, though, what I always played in this game before, was exploration. I had a lot of fun exploring the galaxy. And one thing about pirates is they don't follow you too far out from the populated systems. So in most of the game, because of the size of it, because of the size of the galaxy, you're not going to run across any other players. If you decide to go out and explore new worlds, you're going to be pretty much alone unless you have friends coming along with you. So as you can see, we finally took the time and we've made it out to this ringed gas giant. And these little hot spots out there, these colored areas on the disc, those are areas that have resources. So a lot of players will actually go out into space and they will mine space rocks and space ice and for new fuel and other things that they can sell. So there's a lot of different levels to playing Elite Dangerous. And I just have to say it's a lot of fun. So I was super thrilled that I got an email from them last week. I'd totally kind of forgotten about this game. And the interesting timing, so the last time that I really played with this was before I got my Part 107. So there was my flight need in space, and then starting to do all the drone work and investing all that time in learning about drone flight and modeling and progression reports and all the rest of the stuff that I talk about on this channel. This game got set to the side and the drones took the place of it. But so it was wonderful getting a notification from Frontier and a reminder. And I said to myself on Friday, I said, you know what, I'm gonna take some time. I'm gonna goof off a bit. I've got work to do next week, but why not have a little fun? Like I said, you know, it could be games for you, it could be movies, whatever it is. I think at this point in time, we all need a little bit of distraction. So, by the way, in this now, I've dropped out of the Super Cruise. I am actually in the asteroid ring, so this is an icy belt. And what I'm doing is I'm actually coming out to find some resources to sell. So you can actually go right into the belts, and you'll see that in a moment. I'll actually fast forward through some of this. But I thought I'd share this with you as something completely different from the regular channel topics. And yes, you know, this is not going to happen regularly, but you know, I wanted to share something that was fun for me with you, and maybe that'll inspire you to dig out something that you used to enjoy doing, you know, brushing off the cobwebs and trying it out again. I have to say the complexity of this game is amazing. It's incredible how much thought went into the development of this, how much actual consideration to our, you know, our galaxy, a realistic rendering of our galaxy. And as you can see, in through that little window there, you can see my little character. So this is a very large ship that I'm piloting on this one. I'm just going to fast forward this little bit. So I'm actually going into the icy belt, and I'm scanning for something very specific so that I can make some money in the game. I haven't been in the game for a while, so I didn't have much money in the account when I came back in. But so this is one of the quick ways. It's been a big topic in the Elite Dangerous forums. So I spent a little time this weekend learning something fun as well. So instead of just watching video tutorials on drone flight, I was watching video tutorials on how to play this again so I didn't blow myself up. And there is that possibility. So you can lose your ship. And if you're 20,000 light years from the nearest station, you're going to lose a lot of progress in this game too. So it's a lot of fun. So as you can see, I'm just flying around in this crazy icy asteroid field, and I'm looking for something very specific. And so I'm just going to fast forward through here for a moment. There we go. I think that's the one right there. So other than the fact that I just crashed into it, bad piloting skills. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've played with this game. Drone flight is much easier. So the DJI interface is much easier for flying things around than Elite is. But so I'm going to move this right along here. And there we go. I found what I was looking for. I hope I'm not making you motion sick. But so one of the neat things that they did in this game was they made their mining more complex and more interesting. So when you find specific items you're looking for, you get to actually blow the asteroid apart. Kind of makes me think of those movies, you know, Deep Impact and that other one that shall remain nameless. So yeah, I had a little bit of fun here, mining some things, brought the money back, and you know, as you wrap things up, you go land somewhere again, fly through a crazy mail slot. It's a lot of fun. So there was my fun for the weekend. Instead of being completely and totally project focused, I let myself step back, and I hope you'll do that for yourself too. It doesn't have to be this, just whatever it is you enjoy. Uh, Maybe it's time to do that again and stop thinking on the bad news. So there you go. I don't know what else to say about it. It's been a tough couple of weeks and months for all of us. I know more and more people who have been closing the doors to their small businesses, and they're trying to figure out what to do next and do some fun games too. All right, I'm going to fast forward through this just a little bit because I picked up what I was after, and then I went back into that star map to plot my course again. And don't consider this like a tutorial for Elite, by the way. If this sounds interesting to you, and it sounds, and you're like, yeah, I'd like to go explore the galaxy. I'd like to fly a spaceship and actually have some of the physics behind the spaceship flight be accurate. So um, you can fly it in your own complete control where it's not assisting you, which means if you're moving forward and you let off the throttle, you're still moving forward. So now you got to fire thrusters to slow yourself down. It's very interesting and complicated just in the game. So I could only imagine what actual space flight would be like. But so yeah, let's fast forward this. So I've got had to jump through hyperspace again and then make my way toward Jacques Station. And by the way, right there, I was actually under attack from someone, so I'm trying to escape their warp disruption. So like I said, you could be a miner, you could be a hauler, you could be an explorer, you could be a pirate. People try out all these different types of gameplay. And I do have to say that the piracy is not interesting to me. I don't want to hassle other people, but for some people, player versus player games are a lot of fun, so they go ahead and do it. But anyways, I'm going to let's just move up to where I'm getting back to. There we go. So the Super Cruise, that's what they call their close to faster than light flight, brings me back to the station that I started out at. And so one of the challenging things, so when I first started trying this one again on Saturday when I was first trying it out, I totally forgot how to fly the thing. I bounced off the station multiple times. I forgot to ask for permission to dock, so the station shot at me. There's a lot that goes into learning the game, but it's a lot of fun. So yeah, if you'd like to try out some space flight, I highly recommend this game. It's a fantastic simulator. Like I said, though, a lot of the game is boring because once you get out there and you start flying into deep space, you're most likely not going to see anybody else out there at all, any other players. If you stick around the Sol system, you'll run into lots of other players. You'll run into pirates. There's group events that go on a regular basis. So here we go. I finally worked out my flight, and I didn't bounce off the station this time. So it took me well over an hour to feel comfortable flying this again. And so you can play this with just your mouse and keyboard, or you can get crazy joystick controllers that look like realistic flight controllers. So however you want to play it, you can. What you're seeing now, all of the orange lit up things are different docking pads. I've got to go land on the right one. Otherwise, you get in trouble there and you get fined and you could get shot at too. But so I had some fun this weekend playing spaceship games. And, we all need a game occasionally. Heck, I was thinking about Monopoly recently. I dominated at that game when I was a kid. My dad ended up not wanting to play it with me. So there you go. There was my fun for the weekend, and I hope you enjoyed that. If it looks interesting to you on YouTube, there are a lot of people who do training videos and also videos just showing the beauty of the game because it is absolutely stunning to actually fly through a nebula. One of my favorite guys, I'm going to stop it right here. This is just me selling the stuff. But one of my absolute favorite commentators on YouTube for Elite Dangerous is a guy who goes by the name Obsidian Ant. Made it a lot of fun, and I learned a lot from him. And then here we are back to our drone flight one more time. And this is from yesterday as well, and this is just the drone setting itself up, by the way, for an autonomous flight. So the construction's been progressing on this one really good. And when I finish with this live stream right now, I'm going to be jumping right over to the client project again. And I'll be doing some editing today because we're putting together the time lapses. And what I noted over this weekend was the fact that construction has slowed down. We did have some bad weather recently, so there was a lot of mud on the way out. And the construction crew was not on site yesterday, which was great. I like not having to work around people. I always make sure that the drone's not flying over folks or anything, but going around and notifying all the construction crew that I'm going to be doing this flight path and making sure that they're not in that area. It's so much easier when the construction crews aren't on site. So yesterday worked out really well. And then when I got back from doing the job yesterday, I did play Elite Dangerous just a little bit, and I flew my spaceship around again. So we're flying drones, we're flying spaceships. It's a lot of fun. So dust off whatever gaming platform you've had put away because you spent too much time on education and on watching all these different webinars and classes, and go have a little fun today. It's Wednesday. Go have a little fun anytime that you happen by and watch this video. Well, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this completely different live stream, not really about drones, but I thought I'd share that with you. I had a lot of fun this weekend. Sunday night, I was sitting around and I said, I just had an absolute blast doing that. And it took my mind off of where's the next job coming from, where's the next client, what's the next shoe to drop with the medical situation, and just a little bit of escapism. You don't have to take everything seriously 24/7. So make sure to have some fun and have some fun drone flights too. I gotta say, as I watch some of the routes that we set up back in January with the client, I'm so impressed that we really nailed it on the drone location and where the new buildings were going in and where the new arenas are going in and everything. We really were spot on. So it was great doing that planning with the property owner, selecting all of the sites with the property owner. You can see me hiding under the shade there just to get out of the sun as I was bringing the drone in on its final approach. So there we go. So once this live stream is done, I am off and running and doing the job for this particular client, assembling the next progress report. And then I've got another conference call this afternoon. So Zoom calls and other video chats have been just so popular over the past couple weeks, haven't they? So we've got friends and family working from home on the East Coast as well, and it's everybody's video conferencing. So I'm wondering when this is all done and we can get back to life as usual, how many more people are going to realize that they can do a lot of their jobs from home and remote, and how many people are going to shift that as a model for themselves. It'll be interesting to see. So as always, if you have any questions, leave comments down in, below the show notes. If you like this, go ahead and give a subscribe. If you hated this and said, Rich, don't go off topic again, don't show us video games, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Let me know. But I hope you enjoyed this. I just wanted to share something fun with you, and I hope that you find some fun in your day along with your regular workday. We'll see you again really soon. Oh, and by the way, if you're saying to yourself, hey, there haven't been a lot of YouTube videos put up lately, actually, I put up a slew of new videos. Got 2 new videos that went out to a client for their own tutorial purposes. And I did 3 new videos for the new class that I'm working up right now. And if you're a member of my Patreon channel, you actually have access to those particular videos because I'm running some of my lectures by the Patreon community. So if you'd like to see things earlier here than you see on YouTube, consider becoming a patron. Links down below in the show notes. And it's a real simple one. If you go to patreon.com, it's just my name, Rich Charpentier. So if you like what happens on the YouTube channel and you want to support us, go ahead and sign up as a patron, and it would be greatly appreciated. And then you can have some early access to videos that aren't on this channel yet. All right, I need to get to work, and we've run this one for, I think almost a half an hour. So, and most of it was dominated by video game play. Well, I hope you had a kick out of that, and I hope you found it interesting. We'll see you again real soon, and there will be more videos popping up here this week, I promise. All right, everybody. See ya. Now I gotta. It's so weird when you're doing the live stream because usually I can just go shut stuff down. So now I have to go over to this button and this button. So once again, we'll see you again real soon. I'm hitting end stream now. There we go.